Hello everyone, Cash the Great here, curator of the Museum for the Directionally Challenged. I'm gonna show you guys step by step how to properly set up these continuous flow intersections I built. Right now you can see it's just this mess here. It does take some setup, so we're just gonna go through step by step here. Um, the first thing that I usually do is I just get rid of any unnecessary traffic lights. So I'm just going to go into the actual base game option, which I found is best, where it says traffic routes under your info here. And then I'll go to junctions. And then let's get rid of anything on the edges here, on the endpoints. And then where we're actually going to need the traffic lights is these four main intersections internally here. On the inside, if you will. Alrighty. And then the next thing that I'll do, usually I'll go into Traffic Manager and I'll go into the lane arrows. And the first thing we want to do is just make sure that everything on the inside is pointing straight. So all of these little two-lane pathways, just make sure they only point straight. And the way that I make sure that I don't miss anything is I just go clockwise. Straight, 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 straight. Okay, and then now go to the far side here. Okay, those are all pointing straight. Straight, straight, and straight. Okay. Let's see, we have 8 pairs of straight lines. Okay, good. Just got that done. And then I'll go to the ends here. And just make sure these are pointing straight. It'll save you some time when you do the lane management later with the lane connectors. And I'm only worried about the 4-lane side of the asymmetrical road. Okay. And so as soon as you change these lane arrows, you're going to start to see immediate changes because the vehicles are going to be forced to start using all these slip lanes that we've built. Okay, that looks good. And then the next thing I'll do is I'll go through the junction restrictions. And we're just going to do this rapid fire here. We're going to basically ban pedestrians and then enable this option here, which basically allows cars to enter the intersection, even though there's other cars present inside the intersection. So just, I've done this so many times, I just do it color-coded. Unclick the blues and then make sure these circles are green. So we're going to go around, do the 4 interior secondary intersections. Okay. Okay. Okay, those look good. And then now we're going to do the little merging, or the split points, I should say, of your slip lanes. Okay, and then there's going to be 4 of those. And I know this seems really complicated, but if you do it methodically, it's not too bad. Just be consistent, and you will not forget anything. Just keep going around clockwise. Okay, good, good, good. Next, we're going to do the same thing on the end junctions here. Okay, there's 1, so I've got 3 more. Alright. The junction restrictions, to me, I find could be a little tedious. Probably the lane connections are the most tedious. But you'll find once this is all set up, it's going to run amazingly. Okay, so now I think we're ready to do the lane connections. So we're going to go to this little key symbol. Looks like a key to me. Okay, and then we'll do the 4 main interior ones first here, so we're going to do this. So if you look at this, this is set up properly for lane mathematics. We've got two pairs of 2 coming into 4. We've got 2 coming across into 2. Okay? So we need to make sure that these don't interfere with each other, that traffic can move freely without conflicting. So now these are going to start coming across, and these are going to be able to turn, and they're not going to slow each other down at all, which is really nice. That's what I really love about this design. Alright, so each of those intersections are going to look like that. So just going to run through here. And the biggest thing in general when you do lane connections is you just want to make sure that traffic lanes don't cross over each other. We don't want this one crossing into that one. We don't want this one crossing over there and, you know, cutting each other off. So we just want everything to move freely. And if you have the patience to set one of these up, it's really not too bad once you get the hang of it. It'll reward you. This is honestly the most effective at-grade intersection I've found for extremely heavy traffic situations. So you're not really going to build one of these on like every intersection, but just on your main, your big, you know, 8-lane arterial roads, that's where you want them. Alright, cool. So we got the 4 secondary internal intersections. Now we're going to do these little junctions here with the slip lanes. We've got 4 of those. We're just going to go straight across. It's very simple here. I wish I had a time lapse, but I just don't want to miss any details here in the video. Okay, here we go. Going across. Your right turn's just going to go right through. Right turn again. Let's see, did we do them all? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. That's all looking good. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're actually almost done here. We're going to do these end junctions. So just make sure your right lane stays over in the far right. Got lane mathematics in play here once again. It's very smooth here. The 2 left lanes are going to go left. These 2 on the right are going to go straight. And I'll show you what that looks like. So there's our displaced left turn. This one's going to go straight, and then this is going to go straight and right. And you'll notice that with these 2 lanes here, the traffic does not cross over each other. That's why I've got this right lane able to go right and straight. Okay, so we're going to do that 4 times. And the way I've designed this intersection is I've got double the throughput on the left turns. I found the left turns are what causes the most trouble in high capacity intersections. So usually, you know, you're going to have more people turning left than right a lot of times. And if you can handle left turn traffic more effectively, the more effective that intersection is going to be. Okay, got our double left. Straight, straight, right. Do it again over here. Right. Turn slip lane stays on the far right. We've got our double left. We've got our 2 going straight and straight right. And then these ones I don't really worry about. They're just going to go straight. It doesn't matter because you're not really gonna have much conflict with this right turn slip lane very much. Okay, looking pretty good. Um, Now, depending on how close the next junction is, you can tell your slip lanes to you can just force them to not do any lane changes. And for those of you that don't know the shortcut for this, it's Shift S in Traffic Manager when you've got your lane and your lane connector and your node selected. Just Shift S, and it'll just make them all straight through there. All right, so that's all good. The next part is we're going to do the time traffic light. And after that, we should be done. Now, this is just kind of backed up because this intersection is backed up. I'll have to fix that some other time. Alright, time traffic lights. So, again, like my previous video, we're going to ignore the center. And we're going to say set up time traffic light at one of the secondary interior intersections. Then we're going to add a junction because all 4 of these have to be in sync. So add junction, click again. Add a 4th junction as well. Okay, so now all 4 of these are on the same timer. We're going to click add step. This is our first step. And like I said, everything is going to be green on the inside here. Green, 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 green. So we're just going to make sure all 8 of these light symbols are green. And then the only thing that we really play with are these 4 endpoints. So the first one will make this street go green, green, and green. Alright, and I usually do 5 to 10 seconds per step. So we're going to hit add, so we're good. Now we're going to add the next step, so we hit add step. We're going to work on that. So they've had their turn, they were green, so these endpoints are switched to red. And then now these endpoints are switched to green. So now this road is going to go. So we're going to hit add. And then we are good to go there. We're going to hit start. And now that script will run. And our time traffic lights are in play. Yeah, so for the most part, this intersection is ready to rock. I'm just going to set up the middle here real quick to just everything, you know, we're going to ban pedestrians straight through. I guess as far as the pedestrian traffic, my city isn't very pedestrian friendly, but I'll just have to make some bridges over this. Figure that part out later, so. That's really good. Just that small detail I wanted to touch on, you know, with the slip lanes, you know, whether or not you want to force them to not lane change at all. You know, for example, you know, when I have a diverging diamond right next to this, really, you know, we're already forcing them to stay in their lane here. This is the only node that they have to make a decision whether they want to go straight or whether they want to go right. So I may actually end up letting them switch lanes in here. So that's just a judgment call on your part. You'll just have to watch the traffic. But other than that, that is the continuous flow intersection prototype and how to properly set it up. Thank you all very much for making this asset so popular. It really justifies the hard work and time I put into it, and I hope it makes an appearance in your city. I hope it helps you guys out with your major, you know, traffic issues with the major streets. So, once again, I'm Cash the Great. Peace out.